Keep living the adventure. Axis of Awesome. What's up, adventurers? Welcome to another Reviews Day. Wow, so I was at Walmart the other day with my son, and we went through the clearance toy aisle and noticed these Micro Galaxy Squadron Star Wars ships on clearance. And I've looked at these for a long time. The original price was $32.97. We saw them for $15. So we decided to grab this one, and I'm glad I did. So this is, it's not Boba Fett Starship. That's incorrect. Hasbro messed that up, actually. This is called Slave One. And anybody who doesn't call this Slave One, you sit down to pee, because you are indeed a pussy. This is Slave One. It will always be Slave One. It will never not be Slave One. That's the name of the ship. It's not offensive. And if you don't agree with that, unsubscribe to my channel, because I don't need you on here anyway. So anyways, we picked this awesome Slave One ship up. It comes with Boba Fett and what's her name? Fennec Shand from the Book of Boba Fett series. So this is the ship from that actual series. There's not a lot different from this ship. It's obviously his father, Jango Fett's ship. But I think this is a great item. I really wanted this, like I said, for a long time. I'll probably display it at my desk at work. It's from Jada Toys, I believe. And on the back, you can see we've got a layout of the actual ship Slave One. Super awesome. It does a few different things. We'll break it out of the box here in a little bit. But they've got all different series of these small scale. I think they're almost like, I'm not sure what scale these would be. I should have looked it up, but it's irrelevant to this review, really. But we've got the Mandalorian's now destroyed starship. And we have others, too. When I was at Meijer, I noticed that they had the Republic gunships, which I really love, especially the ARC Trooper gunship. They had it as, I think, a Meijer exclusive, but I didn't buy it because it wasn't on clearance. But I did buy this one. So I think this is awesome, man. This is a great scale to display on my desk. So we'll pause the video, and we'll come back and take this thing out and take a look at it. All right, guys, like I do with all my reviews, here's an overhead view of the actual ship and its plastic packaging. You can see we've got the aforementioned Slave One sitting there looking awesome. And we've got the two micro figures, Boba Fett and Fennec Shand, in here as well. We'll take this thing out of the package here in a second and take a look and see what all this thing has going on. All right, welcome back, guys. So here is the Slave One out of the plastic packaging. And a few things to start off with. We'll talk about the figures. So the figures are a very small micro figure. They have a little bit of articulation, actually, probably about 4 points of articulation at the shoulders and at the legs or hips, if you will. So I think these two figures are designed to actually sit in Slave One. So the cockpit actually opens like so to put the figures in there. So Boba Fett obviously will sit in the front, and then you've got two passenger seats in the back. I don't know if you can see that very well. There we go. And I'm assuming that they just snap down in there. They just bend their legs and snap down in like so, which is kind of cool if you wanted to put those figures in there like that. So the Boba Fett Slave One ship here is like most of the other iterations of Slave One that you could buy, and you tip it upright. These wings actually have a gravity mechanism that pulls them up, which is kind of cool. The turrets here are movable. They move up. And on the back, you've got a nice detailed rear view of Slave One. Let me go ahead and pick the camera up so you can see that. Pretty neat. I mean, it's not great, but it's not too bad, actually. So also, there's a tab here that flips down, which allows you to, I'm assuming, hold Slave One like so and fly it around if you're a little kid, right? I really thought about getting this for my son to play with, but I don't know how well he would do with something this small. It might be a little too brittle for him. So the wings, I believe, snap up like so. So you can like hold them in that position while you fly it around, which is kind of neat. And then also on the back here, we have the top portion here that opens up to showcase all Boba Fett's weapons and whatnot. I don't think it does anything else. It just shows that. Now, I don't know if this portion here, I think it does pop out. Yep, so it pops out right there like that. Obviously, like in the old one we had as kids, you could put Han Solo's carbonite portion in there. I think it slides like so. And this pops up, there we go, to allow access to the ship to install your, to unload your bounties, if you will, back in the day before Boba Fett became a big softie, thanks to Disney. Bunch of cowards. Anyways, so that's cool. I mean, the ship itself is really neat. It's a neat little scale model. I mean, it's obviously not 100% to scale. As far as relative to these figures, it probably needs to be a little bit bigger because Boba Fett's cargo hold was a little bit bigger from the movies. The most disappointing thing about this figure or this ship is it doesn't come with a display stand. Now I'm hoping that somebody out there makes a 3D printed one I would buy. That's the bummer because I know having a display stand to display it upright like this would be super cool, but it does not have a display stand, which is a huge problem for me because now I don't know if I'm really going to display it at my office at work now. I might actually just put it back in the box and save it for a later date. So that is a bummer. I was really hoping there would be a display stand with this. And for $32.97, there should have been. Super bummer. It's probably why these are on clearance, because they don't really have a lot of playability and there's no way to display it, so it's just a glorified paperweight, which is not shocking for Hasbro, man. Hasbro is such a bummer nowadays. They just, I could go into tons of details on the problems with Hasbro, but I think everybody knows that, so it's just the way it is, man. Anyways, not a bad ship. Probably definitely not worth $32.97. Probably not even worth $15, but I wanted these, and I bought it, and, you know, whatever. I'm a little disappointed in it. I definitely would not buy these unless you're a Boba Fett fan and a completist like myself, and, yeah, what a bummer. It is what it is, man, though. That's how life works sometimes. Hey, guys, I hope you enjoyed this really quick review of this Boba Fett ship from the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron collection. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. If you're interested in one of these or if you had it, if you're disappointed in Hasbro like I am. I'm sure there's a lot of comments out there like that. And in the meantime, guys, keep living the adventure and cheers.